Hello and welcome to this next episode. In this video series we are checking out submissions to the Dungeoncrawler Game Jam of 2024. And this time we will have a look at Cosmic Horror by wooolfy. Let's have a look at the theme incorporation first. It is all about cosmic horror, Cthulhu, Lovecraft, and going insane while navigating unknown ancient ruins trying to remember what happened to you. Alright. Let's go to the game page. You have a wake up in a world you don't remember. Gain back your memory by finding clues from your diary, which is scattered all over the place while fighting ancient creatures as you walk through a world of cosmic horror, losing your mind. Average playtime 30 to 45 minutes. Controls WSD, Q&E, cursor keys, numpad to move, left mouse click on the world screen is pick up item, attack monster. And a right mouse, click on inventory item, look at or read item. Okay, so there's an inventory item, inventory screen. The torch can be held in either hand. You can disable the post-processing chroma fisheye effect by clicking the wrench twice. Good luck. P.S. You cannot get stuck if you are too sane. Just remember where you found a clue to search the area near there to progress further. Okay, known bugs, no time to fix it. Loading a save game will result in full health, so you can cheat with this a lot. Player XP and level are sometimes reset when player progresses. Alright, and with that, let's have a look at Cosmic Horror by wooolfy. Alright, game is starting up and should appear every moment.
You are in a dungeon, a place that defies the laws of nature and mankind, where the stones themselves seem to pulsate with an alien life. Strange, incoherent voices fill the air, their origins as elusive as the purpose of your presence here. You fear something powerful within your grasp, a force, an artifact, perhaps, that lies dormant, waiting for a catalyst. Its nature is unknown, yet it promises both salvation and damnation. The air is thick with the scent of ancient, forgotten times, and the darkness seems alive, watching, whispering secrets meant only for the mad. The dungeon is a labyrinth, a testament to a bygone era when the world was young, and beings of unimaginable power walked the earth. Its architecture is a blend of the familiar and the inconceivable, with corridors that twist into impossible geometries, and rooms that defy the principles of Euclidean space. Shadows move of their own accord, and the light from your torch seems almost reluctant to pierce the darkness. As you navigate this nightmare, the voices grow louder, a cacophony of cries, warnings, and mad laughter. They speak of ancient rites, of gates that were opened and should have remained closed, of cosmic entities indifferent to the plight of humanity. Among the chaos of voices, one is clear, a guiding force or perhaps a manipulative entity, urging you forward, deeper into the abyss. The fear of losing your sanity is ever present. The sights and sounds of the dungeon are an assault on the senses, challenging your understanding of reality. Visions play you, glimpses of other worlds, of unfathomable creatures lurking in the spaces between. You see cities of non-Euclidean construction, vast and labyrinthine, under a sky filled with stars unknown to any earthly astronomer. In this place, time loses its meaning. Minutes stretch into hours, hours into days. Or has it been mere moments since you awoke? The dungeon reveals its secrets reluctantly, through cryptic inscriptions on the walls, through relics that pulse with eldritch energy, through the very architecture that seems to tell a story of rise and fall, of a civilization that reached too far, delving into mysteries best left untouched. Your quest for identity, for understanding, is a perilous journey, through layers of fear, madness, and revelation. The voices speak of a name, yours perhaps, a name that holds power, a key to the past and the future. But with each step forward, the cost becomes apparent.
Ah, we are finally through.
You are in a dungeon, a place that defies the laws
Okay,
of
now
nature
it's
and
repeating.
mankind.
So, less would have been better. AI is not always the best solution. The music is great. And I think the art was also nice. I think it's AI generated, the pictures you were seeing there, as you can also see some typical, I would say, AI artifacts in here. The voice obviously was also AI, and I think that there were basically two issues. I think the voice didn't fit at all to the theme or what it was saying. And the second thing is that, let's say, if someone narrated that manually without AI, it would probably have been more on point instead of just rambling about, because that one felt like, okay, it's easy to do, let's just AI read this whole page of text, and it was just too much, at least in my opinion. Alright, we have got 3 items here on the floor. Nice interface here, though that raises other questions. Like the walls, these textures, they seem to be a direct rip-off of Eye of the Beholder. The first part where you start in the canal. And that would be a problem. And these icons here, they also look very familiar. I can't say where exactly they are from, but it looks like something around like Software 2000 or so. Feels like, or Medusa, something around that thing. Medusa, Return of Medusa, something from Software 2000. They look very familiar to me. Yeah, and that would obviously, it's AI not being trained on data which is allowed to train on is one thing, but ripping off stuff, of course, is would be pretty directly problematic. Alright, let's have a look at the texts here. Click on enemies while one hand is free to damage the others. Where am I? What is this? You recognize your own handwriting. It looks like a page from a diary. A torch. And how can we equip that? I don't know. We can also drop items. Was there? Did I already forget what was mentioned on the page? Let me check. Left mouse click on a world screen, pick up. Right mouse click on inventory item, look at and read item. The torch can be held in either hand, but how can you hold something in your hand? That was an attack, apparently. And, yeah, used up some mana. Can we pick up these? No. Yeah, the atmosphere is cool. The minimap is also nice here. Ah, we can probably drag it on. Oh, okay. Regarding the perspective, it's a bit stretched out, too wide and not, it should be a bit deeper. It's like if it was taking the wrong aspect ratio from these 320 to 200 DOS screenshots, which should have been 4:3 ratio. Yeah, then just basically copied that. So it needs to be stretched out a bit. Maybe changing the field of view would already do that. Regarding the movement, you can... Oh, what was that? Let's have a look at that guy. Are we doing any damage? It's nice to have this pixelated blood there. Alright, so regarding the movement, you can hold your the movement keys to have a continuous movement, and you can also do that for turning. So if you go forward and then already press the turning key, then you will get a turnaround. It is unfortunately not queuing up anything, so if you move forward and turn right, the turning right will be ignored, so that does require a bit to get used to. It's also swapping the turning and the sliding, the strafing buttons. So Q and E, which are usually used for turning, are strafing in this case, and A and D are in this case turning. So I mean, it's not terrible, but you would need to get used to that. The speeds, I think, are pretty much perfect. So it's just that it should also queue up the movement. That would have been nice. Let's have a look at these. You can use the numpad cursor keys or WSD and Q and E for movement. You gain 1 sanity every 15 seconds, if not in a fight. Okay, interesting. These in the center here, they are brighter than outside. Okay, we'll just walk through the outside of the map here. It seems like our torch is... Oh. So that might be the second level then. There could have been a bit of a more... Like, when we are hitting, there is a sound effect, but there is no real casting sound effect, I think. So if I just click... Yeah, there's, like, whoosh. But this could have been a little bit more. Okay. You gain 1 XP per 1 fight. 10 XP are needed to level up. Okay, we have 5 XP. Is this the same map now? With different stuff in here, obviously. But... Yeah, usually I would strafe more, but the swapped keys there are a bit irritating for me. And we got the level up. Now, I have no idea what this level up is doing. Maybe this increased our damage. Let's see if we find... What's this button? Doesn't do anything. With this, the game is basically paused. Fisheye chroma disabled. Fisheye chroma. I don't see any effect on that. Yeah. You gain 1 XP, alright. And what's this? Did you find the hidden passage? Unravel the unreal by going almost insane. And how did we go insane? Maybe we can just go through all... Try to go through all the walls. Nothing here. I mean, I also can't go insane anymore because I already killed everyone, and I think that's the only way to go insane. But I think it also mentioned that you cannot get stuck by not getting insane or something. I mean, this there looks like a secret passage, so let's just go. Nope. And this hand is going a bit too far, so you can see the start of the texture. So yeah. Problem. I mean, I have been here already. Have you found a secret passage? Maybe this will make me go insane. I think that's just cosmetical. This is where I was coming from. Aha, okay. Saw my reflection today. My eyes, they are different. What's happening to me? Great, this is going great. I'm losing my mind in here. And I will just have them attack me now. This decreasing the insanity. But this is also decreasing my hit points. Found remnants of what looks like ancient rituals. I'm not alone. And the sanity is just increasing again. So I'm not sure how you would drop insanity. Heard whispers in the shadows. They're talking to me, but I don't understand. Yeah, the combat is a bit... maybe too simple. And level up. I keep finding old cryptic inscriptions. They speak of offerings and ancient powers. These also look like from... maybe I'm seeing things, but they could also be from Eye of the Beholder. I remember a child's laughter. My child's laughter. It's all coming back. My dreams are haunted by a massive, indescribable presence. It's watching me. The labyrinth seems endless, just like my search for answers. The walls have secrets. Yeah, I can see that. I remember now, my child was sick, very sick. I mean, you can see the buttons from miles away. Alright. Desperation led me to them, the elders. I sought their help. It's a bit grindy for how the combat is. The price for the aid was my soul. Was it worth it? Let's drop some of these. I mean, it's just 2 hits on each enemy, but it's not... the combat is not exactly giving much. The air is thick with regret. Did I make the right choice? Every step forward feels like a descent further into madness. The shadows seem to dance around me, kicking my plight. My mana is empty. Alright. I don't think that the level up is doing anything. I try to escape in my sleep, but even my dreams are imprisoned. There's another button. I remember making the offering. The cost was my eternity. This place is mocking me. It feels like I start over again. And again. And again. There's a part of me that's missing. I left with them. Okay, now we got more HP. So maybe I do increase in HP per level. This place changes you, breaking you down until you're nothing. Okay, let's drop these. I don't need you anymore. The map is... I'm pretty sure that it's the same or very similar each time, because this part here we have seen already. Yeah. And then here was the secret passage. And there's the... The realization hits me. I'm not here to find answers, not to suffer, but to suffer. I keep moving, not out of hope, but out of fear. Your path is so near, but yet unreachable. I remember the ritual, the blood, the screams. They said it was a gift, it feels more like a curse. I keep seeing faces in the stone, souls trapped like me. Yeah, it's more like blah blah, right? I mean, it's not something I would write in a diary. I understand now this is my hell, my punishment. It's just repeating itself over and over with different words, basically. I offered everything for my child's life. It was not enough. The elders never intended to help. It was just a pawn. Here, this time... Ah, here's the secret entry. The closer I get to the truth, the more I wish to forget. But this time, the exit is somewhere else. I'm reliving my worst nightmare over and over and over again. The labyrinth is not just stone and corridors, it's my fears, my sins. And level up. And it's also not really an indication on how much we are still... I mean, it's not like the story is getting anywhere. It's just... yeah, repeating itself. So I also don't know if we're just at the beginning or if we are halfway through or close at the end. I see now, my offering was not my life, but my soul's endless torment. Didn't we have that already? I understand I'm already in hell, dead, reliving a nightmare forever. And this, go back to the beginning, there's something I missed. Yeah, now we are getting back to the original dungeon section. Now, did I really miss anything? I mean, this is the secret thing. There's another one. There's no escape. The realization dawns on me. Yeah, now I'm just getting back to the main part of the level. I don't see where I can continue. This is just closing the door again. I mean, obviously the door could be in any of those walls. By the way, did I lose all my potions? I somehow didn't really notice that. I mean, I didn't use them, so is there maybe another secret passage? Nope. And let's go back to the beginning. There's something I missed. But I don't even know where this beginning was, because the levels all looked like the same. And what can we actually search for besides of walls where you can go through? Not these ones. Nothing in here. Yeah, what can I have missed somewhere? I mean, I can try to go through these walls. Nah. This is just going back to the center, basically. Ah, right. Oh, okay.
As you stand before the immense, unknowable form of Cthulhu, the air thick with ancient, eldritch energy, a sense of finality washes over you. You have traversed the shifting, living labyrinth not once but 5 times, each iteration more daunting than the last. Now, at what you thought was the end, a dreadful realization dawns upon you. There is no escape from this nightmarish cycle.
Nightmarish cycle.
Cthulhu's voice, if it can be called a voice, resonates not in the air but directly within your mind, a maelstrom of thoughts and images that threaten to shatter your sanity. You have traversed the depths of your own despair, mortal, Cthulhu intones, its words a cascade of chilling inevitability. Again and again, you have walked these halls, seeking what cannot be found, hoping for what does not exist. The enormity of your plight begins to crystallize. This was never a quest for escape, but a punishment, a torment of Sisyphean proportions. Your soul, so filled with hope and desperation, called out across the void. The ancient deity continues, the air around you pulsing with power. And I answered, but the price of my intervention was the very essence of your being, and that of your offspring. A wave of grief crashes over you, more profound than any you felt before. The child you sought to save, the innocent for whom you'd bargained everything, was lost from the start. The cycle must continue, for such is the nature of your torment, Cthulhu declares, an edge of finality in its tone. Your memory will fade, and you will begin anew, forever chasing salvation in this maze of despair. As the last word echoes in the recesses of your mind, you feel the memories of your journey, of your child, your quest, your repeated failures, begin to slip away like sand through your fingers. The dungeon around you fades to darkness, and you're left with a sense of falling, of being pulled back to the very beginning of your nightmare. And then there is nothing. A blank slate. You awaken in a cold, dark place, the details of your past obscured by an impenetrable fog. Ahead of you lies the dungeon, its corridors twisting into the unknown. An inexplicable pull urges you forward, into the depths, as a whisper, barely audible, fills the air. Find me. Save us. As you stand before the immense, unknowable form of Cthulhu, the air thick with ancient, eldritch energy, a sense of finality washes over you. You have traversed the shifting, living labyrinth not once but 5 times, each iteration more daunting than the last.
So it's repeating, right?
Now, at what you thought was the
text.
end, a dreadful realization dawns upon you. There is no escape from this nightmarish cycle.
And now we start over. Let me check one thing. Yeah, I was just checking. Elvira came to my mind regarding the graphics. And it's clearly the same style, inspired, but I didn't see like if that was copied from there. So yeah, overall I think there is some solid foundation regarding the, like as I mentioned, the perspective is fine-ish. I think it's not 100%. So this is pulsing now. Maybe I can disable that. Okay, and then it needs to be activated again. It's a bit weird. Okay. So the perspective I think is fine. You see a tiny bit of the tile you're standing on, but that's also because the window is very wide. It's almost 2:1 or something. But overall, that part I think is fine. The movement also works. It's very fast, as I mentioned. The animations are nice. It's just that it should also queue up. But because you can hold and release the key, it works fine. Continuous movement for turning is not necessary, but it's also taking long enough so that this is not an issue. And yeah, regarding the content, I don't think that it was too convincing. Clicking 2 times on enemies and they are dead. Yeah, by the yeah, we killed 1 enemy, so we are at XP 2. And I think what I mentioned at the beginning already with the intro, and this is kind of went through the whole game. Too much of the same, right? If you tell the player the same sentence 10 or 20 times, you could have just have told them 1 or twice, and the game felt too much like this, just repeating that stuff over and over, and not much happening or changing. So yeah. I mean, if you want to check it out, you can find a link down in the video description. Maybe you can find something else here. Ah, okay, so interesting. Is it just the left hand which is cut off? The right hand which is cut off? Yeah. So the one hand is fine. And the other hand is cut off. It's going too high. Alright. Yeah, if you want to check out the game, you can find a link down in the video description. Yeah, as I mentioned regarding the like textures, if they are really pulled out from Eye of the Beholder, that's a whole different problem. Yeah. Yeah, thanks anyways to wooolfy for sending that in, but yeah, please do not do that if you actually pulled that from existing games. I mean, AI, as I mentioned, is still debatable whether their sources are legit, but the sources, like if you're actually using textures, they should be either licensed or being royalty free. Yeah, if you want to check out the game, you can find the link down in the video description. Thanks to wooolfy for contributing this game to the jam. Thanks to all of you for watching this episode, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye bye.